Welcome back to a timey-wimey pod where we watch every episode of Doctor Who from 2005 onwards. I'm Rebecca,
I'm Haley.
and today we are discussing Series 4, Episode 10, Midnight.
Yes. Okay. How the heck are we here talking about Midnight? I feel this is like one of those episodes me and you have been waiting for so long to cover on the
Yes.
podcast. And now that we're here, it's actually insane.
Okay, guys, there's a lot happening right now. First off,
Yeah.
we're covering Midnight. We're literally in the middle, literally experiencing peak Doctor Who. Like,
Mhm.
we just came off Silence in the Library, Force of the Dead. Next week, Turn Left, then Stolen Earth, Journeys. Like, we are in peak Doctor Who. It really doesn't
Mhm.
get any better than this. This is
Mm,
as good as this show gets.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We have it so good right now. I'm so
Mhm.
excited to talk about this episode. I know we've mentioned it previously in our The Well episode, but it is just like the most fitting, timey-wimey pod thing to be
Yeah.
covering Midnight after covering The Well.
Oh yeah, it's really funny. This was my first time watching Midnight since The Well came out. Like
Same.
when that episode was coming out the night before I watched Midnight because we all knew it was going to be a Midnight sequel.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the first time I've seen it since The Well, and just like as I said in The Well, like it's fine. Like it still holds up. It doesn't
Hmm.
affect anything in this episode, which perfect, great.
Completely agree.
We're also freaking out because at time of recording, in less than 30 minutes, something's happening with her other hyperfixation,
Hmm.
Taylor Swift. There's a orange countdown on the website, and we all think TS12 is coming. Some of you are probably like, what? Why are you talking about this? And some of you are also probably like, oh, yeah, I remember this from last week. But yeah, we're just going to be like talking about that for a while at some point
Yeah.
in the night. We'll put in timestamps, so if you don't care, you can skip over us freaking out. But just know, like, we will also be talking about Taylor Swift at some point, and I'm not going to apologize.
Me either. I mean, she has an album called Midnights. We're talking about the episode Midnight.
It's
TS12 is
so
coming.
fitting. Mm-hmm.
So fitting.
Oh, dang, she should have called this album Midnight.
That would have been actually insane.
Okay, are you ready for some fantastic facts about Midnight, the Doctor Who episode?
Yes, I am.
So, this episode aired June 14th, 2008. It is written by Russell T Davies, and this, like everything here on out until we get to the 11th hour, it's all RTD. The era we are covering now and the lead up to the finale is probably like peak RTD. Like he really
Hmm.
pops off. He put everything into this series. And then the specials happen. And then we'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah, we will get to that. Something about RTD is that man is crazy talented. His mind is actually insane. He's brought so many iconic stories and characters to the show. But, every writer has their downfall, and we'll
Yeah.
definitely get to those downfalls. We talked about those downfalls with the most recent series. But honestly, I can never fully, ever write RTD off for
No.
any reason, especially with episodes like this. Like, Midnight is just such an all time classic, and writers are just multifaceted.
Exactly. Exactly. And this episode was directed by Alice Troughton, who also did The Doctor's Daughter. And this is her last episode. So she only did those
Oh,
two. Yeah.
that's actually a bummer because I really like both of these episodes.
Yeah. What a crazy two episodes
Yeah.
to direct. The Doctor's Daughter and then Midnight. Imagine.
You know what? She was like, I'm going to make history with directing Midnight, and that's going to be my legacy.
And it is. Now, Alice Troughton, just before you ask, no, not related to Patrick Troughton,
Okay.
but you know who is? David Troughton, who plays Professor Hobbs in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the connections are endless in this show.
It's actually ridiculous. It's too much. So this episode has actually been adapted for the stage 3 times.
Uh,
So once by students from Salford University's BA Performing Arts and Media Performance class in March 2011. And then I don't know how to pronounce this theater, but the last Oguire Pub Theatre in Manchester in January 2012, and by the sporadic productions as part of the you know what? I don't know, but they did it in 2016. And I would love to watch this episode as a play.
I feel like this episode as a play would actually be so fascinating to see in person, especially in live
Hmm.
theater. I want to see it now.
And like David Tennant is such an amazing theater performer. Like, I
Yeah.
need to see him do this on the
Oh my gosh, he was
stage,
so good.
right? So, this episode was originally going to be something else. This episode had to replace Tom McRae's script called Century House, which would have had the Doctor appear on the reality TV show Most Haunted while investigating ghosts. But they switched it for this because they thought that episode was too similar to The Unicorn and the Wasp.
I'm so glad we got Midnight.
Yeah.
That episode, like concept, has always interested me, but
Hmm.
I also kind of fear it would be one of those episodes that is like, it wouldn't be liked very much.
I could see that. I'm really intrigued by this concept, and I need it and I want it. Okay, Midnight. What an episode. Let's just start at the beginning. I love that the Doctor and Donna, Donna are on this cute like, little spa trip. Like, we never really get to see them
Yeah.
do like a proper holiday, as they say. But here we get to see them relax, and well, Donna gets to relax. The Doctor is not going to be relaxing. But I love their little banter in the beginning, and the Doctor trying to get Donna to come on the trip with them. My question for you: would you go on the bus with the Doctor, or would you
It really,
stay at the spa with Donna?
okay, it really depends what the most recent adventure was. Like, if I'm like Donna, like I just came from Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, I'm staying at the spot with Donna. Like, I was in my own computer generated world. I need a break. And
Hmm.
honestly, each companion should have a spa day just because the sheer amount of like situations they find themselves in with the Doctor. So I think I would stay with Donna. What about you?
Absolutely, I'm staying with Donna for the same reason she is. Like, I'm not trying to sit in the bus for like 8 hours. It's
Yeah.
4 hours there and 4 hours back. Are you kidding me? Just to look at some diamonds, I'm good. I will stay here. I will swim. I will see you at the anti gravity restaurant.
Which, side note, I really want to know what eating at an anti gravity restaurant is like.
It sounds horrible, to be
It
honest.
does. It does.
Okay, so we love a good ensemble on this show, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we just need to go through this whole cast of characters and
Yeah.
share our thoughts because, you know, there's iconic crews like Impossible Planet, Satan
Mm-hmm.
Pit, other crews that I can't think of. And then we have the worst of the worst. And I really think that's this episode. These people kind of all suck.
Oh, they completely suck. And I think that's the point in this episode, although
Yes.
I literally, the only people I can stand are the hostess and Dee Dee. Like, they are the real ones.
Yeah, I only like Dee Dee and Jethro.
Oh, yes, Jethro as well. Jethro is also a real one. Let's go down the list and list our grievances with all of these
Hmm.
people.
Okay, who do you hate the most?
Probably. Okay. It's a toss up between the professor and Jethro's mom.
I completely agree. Usually, I would say Jethro's mom, aka Val, like she's my most hated because I feel like she just intensifies things a lot. Like she just
Mm-hmm.
makes situations worse somehow. But watching this episode today, Professor Hobbs was on my last nerve. Every
Mhm.
single time Dee Dee opens her mouth, this man has something to say. Like, he cannot let Dee Dee talk. He cannot let Dee Dee say a single thing. And anytime anything happens, he has to be like, that's impossible. That can't happen. There's no one out there, even though I hear knocking on the door. The driver can't be gone, even though I clearly just saw that the driver is gone, but he can't be gone. Every he does this every single time something happens. And he's just so rude. He's so misogynistic to Dee Dee. I
Mhm.
hate this man.
No, he drives me up the wall, and I feel like every time I watch this episode, I always forget how annoying he is to watch.
Yes.
He's just
Hmm.
awful. Like, the thought of being stuck in a really horrifying, tense situation with this man, absolutely not. Throw him out.
Throw him out. Um, and then Jethro's parents, Val
Yeah,
and I. Who
Biff.
cares what the dad's name? Biff. Sure.
Mhm.
Okay. These parents, they hate their son. They hate Jethro because every time
Yeah.
Jethro says something, they have to say something and be like, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What would you know? Okay, well, they can't let him say a single thing.
Yeah, like, towards the end of this episode when everyone is, like, butting in and, like, fighting and, like, threatening to throw Tin out, Dee Dee and the hostess are trying to get people to listen to them, and Jethro's like, "Actually, guys, wait a second." And his mom is like, "Stay out of it, Jethro. Leave it to the adults." Excuse me.
Yeah, no. And she has to heighten everything. Like in the
Mhm.
beginning, when they're like talking about the air, the professor's like, how much air do we got? And then Val has to be like, we're running out of air? Girl, no one said we're running out of air. Why are you
Mhm.
freaking out? Now everyone's freaking out about the air.
Yeah, and at the end of this episode, she tells Tin, she's like, "I knew it was her." Girl, no, you
Girl,
didn't.
you were like hugging her, being like, I'm so glad you're back. I'm so sorry. Which fake, like, hello? What are
Mhm.
you doing? No, no.
No. So all of this is why it's always a toss up. Do I hate her or the professor more? And low key, I'm leaning towards her because at least with the professor, I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, usually I'm Val. Usually she's my enemy number one. Today it's the professor, but
So
catch me on
real.
another day. Biff, honestly, I don't really have anything to say too much about him.
Yeah.
He's there. He also sucks.
Yeah, because he just like lets his wife freak out and yell at their son the whole
Yeah.
episode. But I love Dee Dee so much. She is
Hmm.
so smart. She brings up the lost moon of Poosh to the doctor.
Yes, the last minute push.
Yeah, and I love her in this episode, and it always, yeah, I mean, we already mentioned it. It always drives me crazy when the professor won't even let her like speak to 10, like say a
Hmm.
sentence to him. I love Jethro. I've always loved him. Side note, he's the actor that plays Merlin.
Yes, a show neither of us have ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah,
We missed that assignment in the Super Who Luck days.
we did. Yeah, we also missed the supernatural assignment.
We got it. We lived vicariously through it, you know.
We did. We practically, like, we didn't watch it, but we practically knew the show. Anyways.
As everyone did if you were online back in the day.
Yeah. And then I love the hostess, and it's always so sad
Mm.
to me that we never learn her name.
Yes, that ending is just one of the most like gut wrenching, like shocking moments at the end when you realize we don't know her name and like she just sacrificed herself to save everyone. And she's a really complex character because she
Yeah.
does go out sacrificing herself without really a second thought for a bunch of people that frankly suck.
Yeah.
But she's also, she's not perfect. Like she's arguing to throw the doctor out too. She was the first one to even mention throwing someone out in the first place. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. But I like that aspect of her character because we see everyone else literally panic and turn on each other and turn on the doctor and turn on Sky and
Mhm.
turn on the hostess. But like her and Dee Dee, because Dee Dee kind of had some of that too. Like she also advocated to like throw Sky out.
Mhm.
They were like the two that were the most open to shifting their mindset.
Yeah. And the hostess was the only one willing to listen to Dee Dee. Like, it drives me crazy, the scene where they're like, we saw it, leave her and go to him. And Dee
Mm-hmm.
Dee's like, no, you didn't. Like, you didn't see anything. That's not what happened. But people
Yeah,
just want to believe that. The hostess is really the only one to listen to her and the only one to also be like, wait, no, she did steal his voice. Like, that's his voice. Those are his words.
exactly. And now, Sky. What are our thoughts on
Guy.
Sky?
Sky is such an interesting character to me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
fascinated by this woman. I love the conversation that she has with the doctor. She explains that like her wife went to go live in a different galaxy. The doctor says, "Well, my friend went to a different universe," which always makes me laugh when he says that because one, it's like you make it sound like she just willingly left to a different
Yeah.
universe as if it wasn't the most gut wrenching thing that ever happened to her and you. And she definitely didn't leave by choice. Also, the fact that he's still talking about Rose Tyler, like 2 years, it's crazy. He's still talking about this. And I love that.
But speaking of Rose, we
Hmm.
have another moment of Rose haunting the narrative besides this moment. She is also on the TV.
Yeah. She gets name dropped later on. She's everywhere in this episode.
She's everywhere all at once, and I love it. It's iconic.
Yes, I remember the first time watching this and seeing her on the screen and just freaking out, screaming, being like, turn around, just being so shocked.
I remember, I think it was this episode, I watched it and I didn't catch it at first. And I
Mm,
remember you messaged
yes.
me. You were like, Haley, did you see Rose in this episode? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I remember I rewatched the entire episode and then I finally caught it.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Sky because we got a little sidetrack.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Um, sorry, I had to talk about Rose Tyler. What can we say?
Mhm.
But Sky, she is so interesting to me. And she really, I do think that the creature goes for her because she's the most scared.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree. That's what, who is it that no, Jethro theorizes that.
Yeah. And Jethro is the only one to see that. And there's other points in this episode too where I just feel like he's the only one to really see things clearly and see them as they are.
Completely. So, the main point of this episode that I really like, as much as I cannot stand most of these people in this
Mhm.
episode, what I really like and appreciate about this episode is that we see this whole cabin of people in the beginning get along and like have a great time talking to each other. But as soon as everything starts going wrong, that's when they
Mhm.
instantly turn on each other and they instantly accuse each other of whatever. They're paranoid, they're scared, and obviously the entity is the real villain in this entire episode, but so is everyone else. And that's what makes the entity so freaky because you get paranoid, you get scared, and everyone starts fighting and starts turning on each other and threatening each other. And then the entity just learns and just keeps evolving.
Yeah, that's really the beauty of this episode is it's not even like you're not even as scared because of what the monster of the week is doing. It's how the creature turns people against each other and feeds off of people's deepest fears and deepest paranoia. Like I find it really interesting when they start turning on the doctor and they start nitpicking at every single thing he's done. They're like, "You looked at the wires, you talked to the driver, you did this and this." Like every single thing. Like they start to pick at everything that's different about him. And because he's the doctor, there's a lot of things different about him. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just so interesting how this thing really feeds off of people's fears and paranoia and their like worst anxieties about each other and the world around them and makes them afraid. And fear is like a really dangerous thing. It makes people do
Mm-hmm.
really bad things.
Case in point, literally all of history.
Literally.
Literally.
Talk about it.
Um,
I know. I
one
know.
minute. Sorry. 3, 2, 1.
It's loading. Oh
It's
my
not
gosh.
oh my gosh.
It's loading slowly.
All of it. This is all. Yeah, mine says the
Yeah.
same thing. Okay, I'm gonna see if she posted anything on IG.
Can I? I'm gonna refresh. Check Twitter.
Oh, the site can't be reached.
Oh, of course. What?
The New Heights clip that was just posted.
New album, The Life of a Showgirl.
Not the reveal
Someone-
coming from New Heights because nothing will load.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It loaded. It loaded.
Okay, don't spoil. Wait. Why is there a lock on it?
Because it's locked.
Wait, ships before
Hello?
10/13/2025. What? This is not the release date. Official release date to be announced.
Uh,
Album artwork to be revealed at a later date.
I'm so gagged. Life of a Showgirl? The Life of a Showgirl. I'm gagged.
Oh my gosh.
The Life of a Showgirl. What?
All right, folks, you heard it here first. Actually, no, you didn't. This will be going out next week. By the time this episode is posted, you guys, we all have probably found
Who
out
knows
the
what
cover.
going on?
Rebecca wins yet again. She gets another album around her birthday.
Sorry. Fall birthdays are just superior. What can I say? Okay, The Life of a Showgirl. I need your thoughts on the title.
I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed. I really like it. I think it's a good continuation from the Tortured Poets Department.
Mhm.
And I can't wait. And I'm so excited.
No, I'm so excited. I'm instantly thinking of I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Yes,
Which is,
yes, me too.
yeah, I think she's pulling from that for the vibes, and I like it. I love a good what?
What if it also has Lucky One vibes?
I would die.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm so excited. We're gonna have more songs for more edits.
Oh yes, because if you don't know, because Haley and I are like depressingly single at this point, um, every Taylor Swift song we just kind of associate to 10 Rows. Every
Yeah.
song is about 10 Rows. I'm going to make a playlist before this episode comes out. That is just every Taylor Swift song that we associate with 10 Rows. And hold me to this. Okay, so back to Midnights. I want to talk about the scene with the driver and the mechanic. I love that scene where the mechanic is like sees something but we don't see it. Oh, so spooky, so scary.
Mhm.
Always sends shivers down my spine. I also love how the doctor is kind of like he's kind of the one like edging them on, and he gets them to like lift the shield or whatever. That's always,
Yeah.
it's just kind of another example of how
He likes to bend the rules.
yeah, exactly. He's being a little arrogant, putting his own curiosity before everyone else on this bus train thing.
Side note, this is at the very beginning of the episode, but when the hostess turns on literally the music and the TV and who knows what else all at the same time, absolutely not. If I was stuck in that cab with those people without the doctor there to like sonic all that extra noise away, I would yeet myself out of that cab.
No, because why are we playing every single thing at the same time?
It's actually ridiculous. Like, no one's enjoying that.
And I love how she's like, and for the children, there are no children. Like, okay, Jethro's a teenager, but why are we playing stuff for the non-existent kids who are not on this bus right now?
It's just procedure, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. Gotta play it. Gotta play those old Earth cartoons.
What do you think of the visual of Midnight, like the visuals of Midnight the Planet?
Oh, I like it. I mean, it's very like 2008 CGI, but I like
Yeah.
it.
Same. Always love the sparkles.
Me too. It gives you a good picture. You're able to kind of picture in your head what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is obviously a companion light episode. How do you
Yeah.
think things would have gone if Donna was on this bus?
Sorry, I'm laughing because I was literally about to ask you the same exact question. Okay, if Donna was there, I think at first it would be helpful. I think she would be able to really like bond with some of the passengers. I think her and Dee Dee would definitely bond. Maybe her and
Yes.
Jethro too. I think she definitely tried to keep people calm, and I think she would do a good job of that. But I still think that like when everyone starts turning on the doctor, they would 100% turn on her too because she's
Oh
in league
yeah.
with the doctor and in league with Sky, and they're not from around here, so who are they really? And John Smith is in the doctor's name, so what's his name? Donna, do you know his name? Like, they would just go all in still.
Yeah, like Donna the whole time would be trying to be like, sorry, he just is this way. Like, I know he sounds like a jerk saying he's clever, but like he just is. And then
Yeah.
as soon as things get bad and they're starting to throw them out, like she would just be like doing everything she can to stop them, and it would make things even crazier. But I think,
Hmm.
she would be trying to help at first, and I think she would be really sympathetic to Sue and be like, no one's throwing her out. Like, she would not tolerate that discussion at all.
Who's Sue?
Mrs. Sylvestre.
That's Sky Girl, not Sue.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. You know what it is? I keep confusing her with Sue Sylvester from Glee, a show I've never watched. Like, I literally have it written as Sue in all my notes. My notes, I'm calling her Sue the entire time. And I'm just now having this realization here on the pod.
That is absolutely incredible. You have made my entire week.
I'm so glad. But Sky, just, I'm gonna say Sue again at some point. It's just gonna happen. But
It's okay.
she'd be really sympathetic towards Sky and would not let
Yeah.
people even think about throwing her out.
Oh, definitely. And she would totally vibe with Sky because she would be like, yeah, my fiance, he betrayed me, was in league with a giant spider.
So true. She'd have to pull that one out again. Another question I have. So this discussion was going around Doctor Who Twitter a couple months ago, and people were talking about what this episode would be like with each of the different doctors. So what doctor, and maybe even what like doctor companion duo, would you be curious? Who do you think would do the best in this situation, or who do you would you want to see in this situation?
Okay, I would want to see 15 and Belinda in this situation. I know that's kind of cheating
Mm.
because they were both in the well, so we kind of already got that.
Yeah.
I would want to see them in this situation. I think 15 would do a really good job. Besides that, I would love to see the 12th Doctor and like Bill in this episode.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
I think that would be a really interesting combination. My fear is that if the ninth Doctor were to appear in this episode, he would be kicked out sooner than anyone
See,
can blink.
I think that the Ninth Doctor might actually do the best. Like, I feel like he might actually get everyone to shut up and stop talking. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like he's the one, like he would just make some speech and be like, I'm the doctor, I'm going to save you all, and somehow he would get everyone to shut up and listen to him. The doctor that would immediately die, immediately get thrown off the bus is the 11th Doctor.
For sure.
And yeah, I agree. I would love to see 15 and Belinda here. I'd love a like 15 stuck in a room, stuck in a box episode, which I guess kind of was Story in the Engine, but I don't know. It'd be interesting. It also like wasn't. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I agree. Also, yeah, 12 and Bell would be perfect. I'd love to see that.
To be completely honest, I am really surprised that 10 survived this whole ordeal because
Just barely, mind you.
just
Barely.
like we all know 10 love 10 so much, but that man is so vain.
Oh, yeah. No, he's so I say this with love, but he's so like arrogant and
Yeah.
scrawmy in this episode. Like when he has to be like, well, I can't let her copy me because if she becomes me, then we're all in trouble. And they're like, "Oh, because you're so special." And he's like, "Actually, yeah, I am." And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like he's right,
No.
but oh, just him saying it like that, it's like, ooh, so
Yeah.
so cocky, so arrogant. I love it, but ooh,
A line from this episode that lives absolutely rent free in my mind is when he says, Rose Tyler Martha Jones Donna Noble TARDIS super fast. Just
yeah.
that, I love it.
No, I love it too. Love any mention of Rose. Love any mention of Martha. Leslie Sharp, who plays Sky. She is incredible. She plays it so well. Like she becomes absolutely horrifying just sitting on the ground, crouched down. She plays it so well. Like her eyes are horrifying.
Yeah, she is so convincing in this role. Her
Mhm.
eyes look different, she sounds different, the way she's carrying herself is different. There is a reason why almost 18 years later, everyone who has ever seen Doctor Who, even the casuals, remember Sky, and it's because
Oh
of
yeah.
Leslie Sharp's acting. She is beyond incredible in this episode.
Mhm. And the chemistry between her and David Tennant as actors is really well. Like they play off each other
Mhm.
really, really well. It's absolutely fascinating.
The commentary on humanity in this episode is really like scarily accurate
Oh
because
yeah.
even if you have a group of people who are the nicest, kindest, most thoughtful humans to exist in the world, you put them in a situation like this, and instantly it's every man for themselves.
Mhm. And as soon as they think that the entity has left Sky and gone to the doctor, they pretty much immediately trust it. They immediately
Mm-hmm.
welcome Sky back, open arms, and be like, see, it was him, it was the doctor. Just because they were already at this point biased against him, they already mistrusted him. So even though it was Sky the whole time, they were more willing to believe and accept that the thing, the entity had left her, gone to the doctor, rather than believe that she was still being controlled. And just the scene where the men start trying to like throw the doctor out, like every time. Also, just David's Tennant's. Real quick, David's performance, just the horror on his face, the
Yeah.
face acting, insane. Give the man an Oscar for that alone. Like, are you insane? There's a reason why in The Well they just showed the shot of David's horrified
Yeah.
face.
Because you can tell everything just from
Mhm.
that one shot. You can tell he is frozen, he can't move, he can't do anything. And just seeing that and then hearing everyone behind him just talk about throwing him out is so scary as a viewer when you're watching this for the first time. Like, it's so scary because it feels so real that they will throw him out.
Yeah. And just Sky talking in the back, like, throw him out to the dark, to the like, I forget, I don't know her whole speech, but her just saying that and no one really noticing while they're about to throw the doctor out, and there's no one there to help him, and the doctor can't help himself. It's just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, and having Dee Dee like try to voice that something's not right, like Sky, it's very clear Sky is still possessed. And I mean, she is. And I feel like
Hmm.
as a viewer, it's so obvious. Like, she's just the way she's carrying herself and smirking. And as people continue to fight and turn on each other, like, she smirks even more. Like, it's just so crazy and so freaky that, like, to Dee Dee, it's evident. And, like, the hostess sees the points Dee Dee is making into her. It's kind of evident now that Sky is still possessed by the entity, but just having the majority disagree on that. It's just so
Mhm.
freaky and so scary.
Yeah. Again, just that scene where Dee Dee's trying to be like, it didn't leave her. Like, she's draining him, and everyone, like, no one's listening to her except for the hostess. And of course, the freaking professor, the way he yells at her and is like, you think you're so great with your knowledge about mechanics and blah, 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 but really, you're average at best.
Shut up, dude. Shut
No,
up.
literally. Literally. If Dee Dee didn't get off that bus and freaking quit whatever freaking joke of a job it is that she has with this man, what was the point?
Literally. Honestly, my headcanon is that she quit. She became like a professor herself and
Mm,
had a big, long standing career and legacy. And Professor
yeah,
Hobbs is just a footnote.
exactly. Exactly. He got canceled in the academia world. That's my headcanon.
No, he deserves it. He deserves to be canceled.
I always wonder either when, like, at the end, the doctor and Donna are talking about the Leisure Palace, and Donna's like, "Oh, you got to warn them," and he's like, "Yeah, they can go build another one elsewhere." Like, did they listen? Like, we know in the well, like 500,000 years have passed and it's gone, but
Yeah.
like at the time, did they listen, or were they like, "Bro, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they listened. Like, I think they would have. Well, they would have seen the damaged bus and
Yeah.
the like hostess dead, the driver dead, the mechanic
Mechanic dead.
dead. So maybe
Oh,
they did
Sky
listen,
dead. You know what?
right?
Val would make such a fuss to make sure no one would ever come to that leisure planet or palace
Oh,
ever again.
oh, she's starting a petition and she's getting those signatures.
Exactly. Exactly. She is the one who shut it down.
Yeah.
But shout out to the hostess who saved literally
Mm-hmm.
everyone, and yeeted herself and sorry, I don't know why I keep using that word, but threw herself and Sky out. And that released 10 from the entity.
Yeah, I love that shot of her and Sky, like when the doors open and they're about to get thrown out. That's such a
Yeah.
great shot. And then how David's reaction is great. You can feel it just like immediately leaving him, and he just keeps saying, "It's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone." And he's just like out of breath on the floor. Again, his performance is so good in that scene, and the way he just like stays there on the floor and he's sitting there, and then he asks like what the hostess name was. Oh, and just that realization as a viewer that we don't know her name, when like she just sacrificed herself for all these people and they don't
Yeah.
know her name, and the doctor doesn't know her name, he didn't ask. And it's, yeah, it's an insane ending.
It is, but I do love the hug that Donna and Tin
Yeah.
have. And Donna just like sitting with him as they just like discuss what just happened. That's something I really love about their relationship, is that they're like truly there for each other as friends. And Donna is there like just listening, and like watching this episode made me a little emotional with just what's to come in her character
Stop.
arc. Like,
Stop.
it's such a sweet moment, and it just makes me so sad because Donna Noble is truly one of the greatest companions of all time.
Like when the doctor says that Donna is his best friend, you believe it because you
Yeah.
just know it if you've seen these episodes. Like, they are best friends, and even though Donna has like 2 seconds in this episode, you can feel how lived in their friendship is at this point. Like, they're so comfortable with each other that they are going off and doing their own thing. And I love hearing them like make plans to go to the restaurant, and she's like, "It's a date." "Well, it's not a date." "Well, you know what I mean, like, they're just so comfortable and lived in at this point, and they have such a, like, an easygoing, relaxed friendship. And don't
Ugh,
I'm I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go through the pain of
no,
what's to come.
me either. Molto bene.
Molto bene.
Too soon.
Who is the star of the show, if there is one?
I feel the star of the show has to be Leslie Sharp, specifically the actress,
Yeah.
for her acting.
Yeah.
Incredible. Literally incredible, iconic, deserves an award. I love her performance.
Probably one of the best guest performances ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What is the heart of the episode?
Don't go anywhere where there's an extonic star, an extonic sun, whatever it is. Don't do that, and don't go to a planet 500,000 years in the future and just like drill. I think
So true.
something that people need to learn from multiple episodes of the show: stop drilling. Stop
So true.
investigating random planets.
And if you find a planet or a part of the universe where no creature has ever been and there's been no record of anyone visiting there in all of recorded history, just stay away. There's a reason
Yeah,
no one's gone there. And you don't need to be there. And you definitely don't need to build a spa there.
exactly.
Do we have any reviews from the past?
Yes, we do. And they're from IMDb, and I always read reviews usually around the time the episodes air. I was really surprised at the initial reception to this episode because it was very mixed.
Oh.
So, this first review I have for you was written by Stacy ISU on June 13th, 2008, and she said, "I voted this a 5 out of 10, if only for the superb acting by David Tennant.
Oh.
It was hard to watch him at the end of the episode as his voice was taken. Tennant was brilliant. I've just finished watching this, and I have to say, after the great episode last week, Forest of the Dead, what was the point of Midnight? As the episode ended, I just felt as though I had missed something. The Doctor is trapped on board a vessel with people that keep changing their minds. First they like the Doctor, then they hate the Doctor, then they decide to kill the Doctor. The characters kept changing, and I was confused as to why, telling
Oh.
myself that Davies had written it in the script, so that's why. Watch it for Tennant's acting, but don't expect Forest of the Dead."
I fear this person missed the point.
Honestly, several people miss the point, which is really interesting. No hate to
Wow.
anyone. Sometimes I watch episodes and I completely miss the point and
Oh,
then I get it way
totally.
later. So like I'm
Mhm.
not like coming at people for that, but it was just very interesting the amount of reviews that were similar to this.
That is so surprising because today, like, you'll find nothing but love for Midnight. And I don't think I've
Mhm.
ever seen anyone be like, I don't like Midnight. Now it's like, I think it's acclaimed as one of the best episodes of the show.
Yeah. This next review is by the user Lemmingology. And they wrote on June 14th, 2008, saying, "Oh my word. To put it short, this episode is astounding. It's a classic tense horror story with a Doctor Who spin squeezed into 45 minutes. As far as scariness goes, Midnight ranks right up there with Blink."
I think this is scarier than Blink.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And The Impossible Planet. That's what they listed in their review. They continue saying, "But at the same time, it's stunningly well written, brilliantly acted, and flawlessly produced. The best thing about it is that it plays on everyone's fear of the unknown. There's something knocking on the wall, but no one's got any idea what, not even the Doctor." And towards the end of their review, they say that it's episodes like this that make you a little sad that RTD is standing down, because this, along with Doomsday, is probably the best episode he's written, but at least he's being taken over by Stephen Moffat.
Cut to 2025 when RTD is back and he even writes a sequel to this episode and people aren't happy.
Yeah, that's why I chose this review, because it was a fun time capsule moment and just made me laugh.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah. But that concludes the reviews. Both of those reviews kind of like hit the nail on the head for what the majority of people were saying. Me personally, I love this episode. It's an all-time classic. I am so happy we have this episode. I know this is an episode we got, and it was also like made to be like cheaper too, because they were running out of money too, weren't they?
I believe so. Yeah, they kind of did this because they like didn't have a huge budget at this point, so they needed something they could make for cheap.
Yeah, and if I'm remembering correctly, they filmed this and Turn Left at the same exact time.
Yeah.
So that's why this is a companion light, and then we get a Dr. Light episode. But sorry, I'm yapping, but I'm so excited for Turn Left next week.
Oh my gosh. I know, me too. I'm going through my notes just to make sure I said everything I want to say. I really love the point where they all start interrogating the doctor about what his name is. And then he just throws out John Smith, and they're like, well, that's obviously a lie.
I know. Part of me is like, what if his name was actually John Smith, though?
I know. And he's like, no one ever believes me. I always tell people and they just don't listen.
No, it's so funny though, especially after like last week with Force of the Dead and River telling him his name, and it's this whole like hush hush thing. Great moment though in this episode.
Yeah, I love the idea of the doctor's name being teased and stuff like that. You know, in Forest of the Dead, and here, like, just I love the mystery around what his name is. And we'll get more into that you know, in series 6 and 7. But I just love that mystery. I don't ever want it revealed, of course, but I do love kind of when they play into the idea and the Doctor Who of it all. And it's a really fun mystery to me, and it's something that I really love when it comes up. But again, I don't want that revealed ever.
Same. And my closing thoughts on the entity are that it's absolutely terrifying, but I am really glad we got a sequel. And I didn't know if I would say that, but I really like the sequel.
No, finishing this, I was like, okay, now I really want to watch The Well. I really want to go see Shuchigatwa. And yeah, I think The Well builds off. The Well, like I said in that episode, it doesn't necessarily need to be a midnight sequel, but I think it plays off this episode really well. And the way the entity evolves makes a lot of sense and works really well. And yeah, I really want to go watch The Well right now.
Same.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us on this kind of chaotic, scattered brain episode on Midnight. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Who do you hate the most? What characters would you like to see on this bus? What are your thoughts on TS12? What are your predictions? What do you want? Tell us. What Taylor Swift songs do you associate with Doctor Who? Let me know. Yeah, until next week, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at TimeyWimeyPod.
And email us anything and everything, requests, thoughts, questions to timeyWimeyPod@gmail.com. And we will talk to you guys next week.
And turn left. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ta-ra.